your amazing movie Lee, an emotional, historical, thrilling, empowering piece of art. What was central to your motivation as producer and actress when considering doing justice to Lee, her son, and her heritage?
Well, I felt very strongly that Lee's story needed to be told. She was an extraordinary woman, and she was in danger of being labelled and stuck in history as the former muse of Man Ray and ex-cover girl, Vogue model. And that was a small section of her life in her 20s. She lived so much life beyond that, and the most defining decade of her life we cover in the film, which was just before, during and immediately after World War II, when as a middle-aged woman she went to the front line and she photographed the atrocities of the Nazi regime for the female readers of British Vogue. And it was just a story that had to be told. I wanted to pull her out of the shadows and make sure that she really had her place at the head of the table.
Your first time in Zurich, the city who honors you for your outstanding career.
It's extraordinary, and what a wonderful evening. I was just saying that arriving here with so many fans, they're so polite. I mean, in London they would be completely screaming, going crazy, but they're very just quiet and respectful. It's amazing. It doesn't normally happen like that, so it's been lovely to be here. I was able to swim in the lake this morning, which was amazing, but we were told when we got out that we stayed in for too long. We were in for like 20-25 minutes.
Oh,
and
not too freezing?
But it was cold, but it was only like 15. It's not that cold. It's not that cold, not really. But I want to come back in the winter when it's really freezing, because that I think would be amazing.
Is there a moment in your impeccable career that you consider most decisive for you as an actress to be confident and free of your choices?
Right now. Right now, because I think that the industry has changed a huge amount in the last 10 years, 15 years. It's really different now. Even in the last 5 years, I feel that we are craving women's stories more than ever. But I also think that female actresses are supporting one another in a way that is so important, because it is an industry full of wonderful creatives, and there were times when I was younger when it would often feel quite lonely because women didn't have a voice in the way that we all do now. And I think that sense of camaraderie and women coming together and telling stories and listening to women's stories in a way like never before. So yes, now is the most exciting time.
So.
Who she was as a middle-aged woman who went to the front line and photographed what was happening to the victims of the atrocities of the Nazi regime, and she did it for the female readers of British Vogue. As an American woman, how she redefines femininity to mean resilience and compassion and togetherness and power has been the single most inspiring lesson I have ever learned from any role I've ever played.